Welcome to CarePod, a safe place to educate, inspire, and renew the caregiver. Listen in with our host, Dr. Kiplee Bell, as she interviews different experts along the caregiving journey.
So this is really exciting. I'm actually ahead of myself because I'm so excited that I have to calm my nerves because it's wonderful to look at someone and say, "I see you, woman. I see you, queen," and have that reciprocated. To sit with someone that you respect in the marketplace that is empowering others, uplifting others for their gifts in their own right. Just to kind of give my CarePod audience some context, I have invited Michelle Snow. If you don't know, growwithsnow.com. Beyond a business coach, have sat in several rooms just witnessing this woman and her gift, empowering women from all walks of life, people from all walks of life, colors, shapes, sizes, and just really excited to have a conversation with her about legacy, about walking into your gift, and sitting here in the care pod. So some may say, well, I'm a caregiver. Like, how is this relevant to me? I'm a caregiver and I've walked into this entrepreneurial space and I'm walking out the work of my mother's hands. And so in the context of our series this month, celebrating our Black history and our Impactful Black event, I have invited none other than Michelle Snow. So thank you so much for joining me.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I'm full of butterflies. Um, Such a powerful connection here. I want to say to you and to your incredible audience from all over the world, there is a saying here in the metropolitan area of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We're all we got and we're all we need, right? And so this is the time where, with all authenticity, with all power, with all passion, we have to lift up each other because each of us are privately, secretly in our own little corners, carrying true burdens and challenges. And so when we get together on platforms, whether it's a hug at the grocery store or a podcast, this is our command to lift up and empower each other. So, Dr. Bell, thank you so much. Thank you.
I love it. We're all we got. We're all we got. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I begin every series, every podcast with your why. I want you to share your journey with others. What kind of, directed you to the space of coaching, of empowering others? How have you empowered yourself, etc.?
Okay. Well, I'll just back up a little bit because this is a diverse audience of professionals and caregivers. So the genesis, the foundation to all that the world gets to witness for our work is I'm a church girl, and from a little girl working, helping my family on the choir, frying a bunch of chicken dinners for after service. That is the genesis of where I learned team sport. That's the
Mm.
genesis of where I learned making something out of nothing, right? That is the genesis where I learned how to take instruction without being paid. And so those foundational principles mean something as an adult because then part of my principles as a leader and as an adult became people over profit. So
Mm.
I'm motivated. I'm motivated. Certainly when we all see that check, but it's not the thing that does it first. What does it first for me is that I get a chance to empower and uplift people from within the kingdom, right? Whether it's in a spiritual environment, a business environment, whatever that kingdom is, I get a chance to be a part of the uplifting. So that's the genesis of all of our work and becoming a coach later. And I would say so that was what some people liken to Act One. That was Act One, my growing up in a family church. And I would say Act Two, Dr. Bell, was I've got to stop eating all these fried chicken dinners because right now I am just getting fat. There's got to be more to my spirituality and religious life besides a lot of eating and singing and dancing. So as a younger woman, Act Two, I said, I've got these great principles about ethics and treating people well and keeping your mind above and unification and team sport, but it needs to make sense in a way that becomes profitable. So Act Two is where I really dug in deep in corporate America. And I know a few of you getting ready to buckle up in your seats because a lot of you have had your role or your current role in corporate America. And the beauty about working for corporate industries is that you get your wings, Dr. Bell. Okay. You just get your wings, like it or lump it. You're going to learn how to fly on a broken wing, on a pinch wing, on a mad wing, on a sad wing. You are going to figure it out in corporate America. So I'm careful to really spit fire or spit poo-poo on my experience in corporate America because it was literally what I needed to take me away from being overly sensitive and right fighting, like it has to be my way. Corporate America humbles you because you're answering to a
A,
gigantic
a
organization
system. Yeah, a system. Yeah. Yeah.
that's so much bigger than you. It's so
Hmm.
much bigger than you, and it will survive with or without you. And so there for those of you who can remember this time in your life, this is where you learned how to adapt to new systems and protocol. You learned discipline. And of course, what Dr. Bell is saying, you just understood the adaptation to systems. And then finally, because this is the part that I think we're probably going to spend more time on, I was preparing to walk into Act Three. So I said, corporate America has prepared me for things that I never knew I needed, especially discipline. But I'm not fulfilled here. I'm not fulfilled going into one location, one facility, one group of people doing this one piece of work. I feel like there is more for me to do where I can be fulfilled both spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, socially, and financially. And that was when I decided to take this ridiculous leap of faith. I'm looking down, Dr. Bell, because sometimes I do still think it was sheer insanity. You have to be insane to want to start a business.
You're right.
Did I say that on a Care podcast?
Right. Right.
You
Right.
you have to be a little bit out of your mind to
Hmm.
decide to leave a good government corporate job where you know you're going to get paid. You click a button, you order a laptop, you click another button, you get toilet paper, to doing it yourself. Well, okay, wait a minute. This is not therapy with Dr. Bell. This is just Care Pod with Dr. Bell.
But you know what? That it goes back to your core message, though, right? Being a church girl, there's somewhere deep in that core of your soul that says you're more than this. You are gifted for greater. There is some part of that crazy that is anchored to that early teaching that says you're the head and not the tail, boo.
Yeah, it's all, and you don't even know that that is subconsciously dancing and pushing and
Exactly.
shoving inside of you. And so, yeah, I took that leap now 13 years ago. Woo,
Wow.
Lord,
Wow.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And so here we
Wow.
are. Here we are. And so
Amazing.
now, I identify myself as an executive business coach, helping businesses thrive, grow, and learn how to get commercial contracts to create legacies for their families and communities. And I get to hang out with cool people like you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
This February, celebrate Black excellence, unity, and empowerment at the Impactful Black Collective. On February 22nd, 2025, join us at the Hilton Inn in Hamilton, New Jersey for an evening that will heal, empower, and educate. Network with trailblazers, showcase your business, and be inspired by powerful presentations designed to uplift our community. Vendors, don't miss out on your chance to shine. Limited spaces are available to connect your brand with passionate, like-minded individuals. Together, we celebrate history. Together, we build the future. Impactful Black Collective. Heal, empower, educate. Get your tickets now and secure your spot. Let's make an impact this February.
I love it. I love it. So, wow. So, okay, you know what's coming, right? This current context, can I just say, and I think you can feel me here, right? I think what most resonates me with you is that we resonate with all people, right? So here we are in our beautiful melanicity, our
I love
beautiful
that.
blackness, you know, but I have to have impactful black, right? I'm looking at all of these beautiful bios, this work of our people, these legacies, the stories known and unknown beyond them, right? But it's the why. It's it's why we even have to carve our own, and why we can continue to be ignored, et cetera, et cetera. So what do you say? What is your word of encouragement or your narrative in this current climate and space?
Courage. Courage. Find it, build it, fake it, borrow it, stand on someone else's. Courage, courage, courage.
Mm,
Because we are not necessarily just in unprecedented times. We are not just in the times no one's ever seen this. We've seen this. I mean, look at our ancestors. They
right.
literally were stolen or sold from their own land, shoved to a different location, did not have their communication tools, family snatched away from them. And then they still found a way to be millionaires. And they still found a way to produce us. So to people of color, and specifically our Black community, stand, find, or borrow some courage, because we
Mm,
have a history of millions of people who have gone through very, very difficult times, and we can too. And I think, Dr. Bell, to your point, because I don't want to miss this. Yes, we identify with our Blackness every single day because we look at it and see it and taste it every day of our lives. But just because we are powerful, confident, passionate Black leaders, it does not take away from our celebration of people who do not look like us, that are in white skin, that are in Asian skin, Asian Pacific, Indian, Latino. It does not, Native American, it does not take away from our celebration to ignite, to celebrate, and to help others where they are in their ethnicities and in their race. And I'm almost done, but I got to say this.
no, it's
Um,
important. It's important. Yeah.
Time out for us being afraid to say white women, Asian Latino men. Like, let's be okay with respectfully dialoguing about people who have a different tone, texture, and experience. Because once I'm respectful enough to honor who you are in your skin, in your ethnicity, then we can move past that to see our similarities. Because I promise you, we are so much more alike than we are different. The problem is we are afraid to acknowledge, when I see you, I see someone's different. When I hear how you speak, I hear someone different. Okay, let me respect and acknowledge that. Cool, we did that. Now let's move to a layer deeper where there's probably so much more that we have in common.
So much more. And like my mama always says, you cut us all, we bleed the same. And especially in the context of medicine and disease and wellness, even, it doesn't matter. Wealth, walk of life, gender, whatever it is, we will all meet some form of medical challenge or walk where, like we've got, right? Like, I may be the only Black clinician at the bedside to help you, boo. I may be the only one, So yes, and it's so important and frustrating for me at the same time because frankly, I've had white Jewish men have poured into my life. Okay? Mentored me, said this black life matters and she is
Wow,
special.
that is so powerful. And I think that is the
So
story that I'm sorry, I
go
didn't
ahead.
mean to
No,
cut
go
you
ahead.
off. I
No, go,
apologize.
go. No, go ahead.
I wanted to reflect on that because it is my hope that in this new generation, in this new 25th century, so to speak, 25th year of this new century, it is my hope that we can openly have these conversations without feeling like we have to whisper and say it.
That's it. That's it. Anyway, we continue the work, right? We continue the important work and we create spaces where people can be, they can be. And so I applaud you for that because it's
Thank you.
important. It's really important work. And you're leaning in with the people. And that's so beautiful. And I highly respect you for that, Michelle. Really, really.
I want to share a little bit of the formula because some people here obviously have no idea who Michelle Snow is. They still don't get, well, what does she do? So let me share this with you so
Yes.
that you can take it and make it tangible. The For a long time, we absolutely worked with Black professionals, not necessarily exclusively, but that was our market base. And we've always had a splash of outside different communities, but we weren't actively going after them. Now, keep in mind, for those of you who don't know, I also work with corporations and schools. So it's not as if I have not worked with other communities. I'm talking about in the private sector where I'm working and mentoring you as individual leaders. So during the Olympics, the last Olympics that came around, I was so amazed when I saw different countries running with such diversity. Like I'm looking at France and they're at their starting point, and France has white runners, black runners. Then we're over in Switzerland, and then there's this diversity there. And then I'm looking at all these different countries with different backgrounds and hues and tones and language change differences. And I said, they've got it. Because when they start at that line, they're France. When they start right at that line, they're United States. When they start at that line, they're Switzerland. And I said, I want more of that. I want to be able to taste that more in business. So we were intentional in not moving away from supporting Black professionals. We were intentional in saying, hey, Black professionals, if you're anything like me, you like to meet new people. If you're anything like me, you enjoy supporting people not only like you, but who are different. And so we took that as our foundation and began to knock on doors of organizations led by white women, chambers led by different ethnicities, showing up in Chinatown, eating and drinking. And then I'm finding out, like, man, there's a lot of similarities there. And so when people saw me as a visionary walking into these communities with the same genuine love and support that I have from my own people, we were embraced. And so the result of that is that we evolved our community where we see you for who you are, but our core value of getting to the bag has equal reciprocity, right? Like, cool, okay, I see you, I hear you, but I'm here to get to my wealth. And if it means that I get a chance to hang out with some diverse people, cool, right? And so that's working. It's working for us. We're in the room with black men, white men. I mean, it is phenomenal. So thank you, Dr. Bell, because I'm preaching to the choir now. You have a firsthand seat to see that at the end of the day, we are all on the same team, just trying to make it in this new world of scary, crazy, bizarre, and beautiful.
Yeah, because we are still a powerful collective. when we unify and find commonalities and, shared humanity, really. So important, so important. So tell our audience, I could talk to you all day. I'm going to land the plane. Tell us how one connects with Grow with Snow, your offerings, your remote options, etc.
Well, I know that this is going to be a green podcast. That means that your listeners forever will hear this conversation, which is really exciting. But for those of you who catch this podcast right away, I want you to remember the name Impactful Black. Impactful Black is something that Dr. Bell is a part of the leadership. So when you look up Impactful Black, you will see my face. So come out, you can hang out with us. And so for those who catch this when my hair is gray and I've got 2 teeth left, I am Michelle Snow, Executive Business Coach, and you can always find us through anything, growwithsnow.com, and we are serving not only colleges, universities with professional development for your students and staff, but we're also working directly with private business owners to help you get contracts to build your wealth and your legacy. So again, growwithsnow.com.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining me, Michelle. It means so much.
Thank you. My absolute pleasure. Bye, everybody.
Great information right from the source. For more information on how to caregive like a boss, check out impactfulcaregiving.com. Want to be a guest on the show? Contact us at CarePod@impactfulcaregiving.com.